Hi, it's Mild Red Songbird in New York City, Evangeline Einstein. I'm gonna start right out because I have so much information for you. I want to show you this. I found the order for death. Okay, look at it. Die body. Body die. Body ordered die. You understand? That's the order. See, it's a war of words, right? S-W-O-R-D-S, swords. War of swords. See? It's crazy, but I'm not crazy. This language, this English language is crazy. The Bible said, in the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God. Okay, first of all, God is a horse. You know, what's that word? Equivalent of God is a horse. With the way people think of God is a horse. And so I don't even use the word anymore. Why do I say that? Because he's a higher power. A horse is a higher power. He's higher. You have to climb higher to get to him, and he's powerful. That's one thing. And then when you pray, when you tell him what to do, he does it. He has blinders on. He doesn't criticize you. What are you asking me that for, you know? So anyway, what I use now, just Gurinder Singh. Let me get the other picture. Because here he's sad. Because he betrayed me. And he feels guilty. He stopped being a king when that happened. That's what I said. I have so much to tell you. I'm all over the place. I'm going to get this picture, but then I'm going to read what I wrote in writing class, because that way it'll be concise and illuminating, shocking probably, and clear. Alright, so here we go. I was embedded in the ocean of light, lacking self-awareness. I heard a piteous cry for help, and after days of this, I couldn't bear the uncomfortable feeling of sympathy that I felt for that person. I left the bliss of that ocean, the sun, and traveled 340 million miles to the earth to help that person crying out. When I saw the source of the pain, I was shocked. I had arrived at the planet of the apes. See? At the planet of the apes. What is apes? S-A-P-E. Sap energy. The saps. And then C-ape present energy. Okay, I'm just showing you. So the ape grabbed me without any thank yous or, gratitude, because he's an animal. They have no conscience, so, they have no politeness. So he grabbed me and he raped me. Okay, well, and then I'm going to turn the page and I'll tell you what happened next. That went on for years. I was trapped here. And then I got pregnant. When the baby grew up to be a teen, he had some of my genes, angelic genes, Evangeline, angel line of angels, okay? He was kind to me, very kind to me. He loved me. When the ape found out, he broke both his arms. Harm's arms. You see, that's Harm's arms. This ape hurt Mild Red Songbird. Okay. One night, when the ape Michael Bublé is his name now, a jazz singer, was sleeping, I ran away from him. For the next billions of years, I ran from him as he had stalked me, usually caught me, killed me until the next life. Okay, I'm trying to turn a page. I'm trying to turn a page with one hand. I think I'm going to succeed. Here we go. Meanwhile, our son developed himself. He became a power equivalent to Jesus Christ, Barry White, the guru of love, the Buddha. And he is a guru. Where's the picture I got? Here's him. Now he is a guru. Just him. Listen. He's looking at me. He looks at me. This is Adam. This is when it was Freud. This is Jordan Peterson. He's very popular right now. This is Tommy Robinson, Abraham. In the Bible, when it was Sarah, we were married, and he was the father of religion. They put him in jail because he's trying to stop the dinosaurs, the Muslims. And the English don't have the heart to defend their own country or the light. And that may be because, well, let me start this way. This is a songy named Charles came to our house one day, and he said, did you notice there are fewer animals and more people? So we didn't know what to make of that. But recently it has come to my attention that the animals are, that the humans are not human, they're animals. They're snuck in the bodies. For example, he is a lizard, a chameleon. He is Muhammad, Nietzsche, the atheist, and a lion. He's not human either, which really surprised me. Okay, but of course, Blake Shelton's human, and so is Gurinder Singh. Of course, he's superhuman. All right, so let me finish what I'm telling you. So that's why England, that was my point, that's why England can't defend itself, doesn't want to defend itself, it's full of animals, can't think, So they just react and, destroy, they're destructive. So now Gurinder Singh has reorganized the world so that the people who followed me from the sun and have tremendous brain power will be running the world. The ape who raped me will go to jail called hell. I have decided to stay on the earth as I'm the first mother of the earth. That's not been an easy decision. You can't go home again. That's what Greg Gutfeld said. He was my husband. I blame myself for letting my emotions get the better of me. That's what this writing exercise was, to talk about what you blame. Talk about blame. Is there any blame in your life? I blame myself for not helping the people who followed me here, for not helping them find the truth. I didn't know the truth. I have amnesia. What happened was Gurinder Singh took me back to the beginning of time. We traveled back called the journey of the soul. And that's when I recall, I saw, my husbands and my children that I had over the past lives. I understand Christianity doesn't really respect reincarnation. That's too bad, because it's a fact. And you can't understand very much if you don't know that exists. So he's reorganizing everything. He's making everything heaven on earth. That's what he's doing. Okay. And he's part son, because he's my son, and I'm all son. And he's, not now. And he's part dirt. Adam, the ape, made himself. That's what happened. Adam created himself too soon, before he became a man, when he was still an ape. And he was terrified when he became self-conscious. Because he was an ape, without a plan. He was an ape. Wow. Still is. I saw his energy. I read energy. That's another thing. These slick souls who got in the bodies of human beings thought, well, we look like human beings, we sound like human beings. If it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, then it must be a duck. No way, that's not true. What Gurinder Singh did to outsmart them was, he had someone come to read energy. It doesn't matter what they look like. It doesn't matter what they sound like. Because if you can read their energy, you can see what they are. That's what I do. That's what he has me doing. So, we can still save ourselves from the animals because we can read them and send them back to their kingdom and have human beings run the world again. That's why the world is so crazy. It's out of context. The human beings are in the animal bodies and the animals are in the human being bodies. Alright, of course there are some human beings, but not many. Someone saying the saint said, I've been at all levels. There are very few advanced souls. He means human beings. That's an advanced soul, is a human being. You can advance higher to realize your light, but at this stage, human being is very high. Alright, so I blame myself for not helping the people who follow me here, for not helping them find the truth. They are the originals. The population of apes, baboons, sharks, lizards, pigs, dogs, etc. are the copycats and dummies. I blame myself for the state of the world. The women channeling their mother are suffering from domestic violence, rape, etc. The men channeling their ape father neglect their women, in some cases bully them. I blame myself for the good versus evil battle that goes on. I blame myself for the war between males and females. If you understand their roles, there's no reason to have a fight with the males and females. I blame myself. Of course, Adam and I couldn't get along because he's an ape. Can you imagine King Kong and Fay Ray? Did you see that movie? That's what we're talking about. I blame myself for an unconscious population who are slaves to their minds, and their minds are slaves to their senses. So they're fucked up. Okay, let me go on. This is what I said before. Lion, Jordan Peterson. Ape, Edwin Birdsong. See what happened was we had a judgment day. And I wrote down some of the results here. Okay, let's see. Glasses make animals look like normal people. That's true. I had to take off my glasses to read the energy. That's when I could see them. So, okay, what else? Steve, what do we got? Snake crossed the line when he ate steak willingly. Stevie wanted to cross the line between right and wrong when he continued to eat meat when he knew better. He knew he shouldn't. Steve burned himself. Okay. Evil thought they could outsmart good by telling themselves they are good. Edwin says, I'm a great guy. When I tell you what he's done, you'll see he's not a great guy. He's a lizard, a cold-hearted, cold-blooded lizard. Okay, so them believing their own lies. So these people, these animals in human form tell themselves they are good and they believe themselves. That's why they can sell it to us. Okay? But if you read energy, you can see through that bullshit. Okay. Then they believe their own lies, then they attracted a human body. Right, that's how they got a human body. Because if they wouldn't get a human body if they were bad. So evil looked like a good human, sounded like a good human, put out a catchy phrase to psych people out. If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, then it is a duck. Not Gurinder outsmarted. This is just what I told you earlier. Gurinder outsmarted evil. He got somebody to judge at Judgment Day by reading the energy, not their toothy grin or expensive fancy clothes. Somebody who could see what kind of energy that person was putting in our atmosphere. Okay, this is another point. Cal, the negative power, stood on 1 foot for 700 years equivalency to get to be boss of the world. Baba G, I'm going to show you this. Baba G is Gurinder Singh. We call him Baba G, his disciples. He's got millions of them. See, all those people, millions of disciples. So Baba G, J for Jesus, I Jesus, his Jesus equivalency, okay? Who has access, in fact, he's Jesus Christ, who has access to all spiritual truths, tells me I have worked the equivalency of 7,000 hours standing on 1 foot. Cal got the power of standing on 1 foot for 700 hours. I stood on 1 foot equivalency for 7,000 hours. Am I my brother's keeper? It should be, am I my brother's zookeeper? Because they're animals who should be in the zoo. Okay, let me show you this. This is a nice supply. My son sing bird song was George Gershwin. And look what I spotted. Good energy. Hers, that's me. She'll win. See? It's right there in the writing. She'll win. She'll win. Okay? Life goes according to my light. My light comes from my husband. Gurinder Singh is my husband. He married me in Petaluma, California. What happened? Oh, I can't tell that whole long story. I'll just tell you, because I already told it on video. I'll just say this. His eyes have power, okay? And when his disciples, for example, when they look at him, I'll just show you. They feel bliss. It's called darshan. Okay, see this? They look like that because they're getting darshan. See? Darshan is bliss. When you look at a perfect master, you feel in his eyes. If he's giving you darshan, you feel bliss. I was talking to this girl today. I said, I don't have a picture. Her name is Judy. No, that's not who I was talking to somebody. Oh, Bill. He's saying Philip. He was saying he saw the Pope. And I said, yeah, what did that feel like? And he said, what do you mean? I said, well, you saw the Pope. What did you get out of it? And he said, well, I saw him. What is that? That's nothing. You know, you look at Gurinder Singh, if he's in the mood, he's going to give you bliss. Now, what he did when he looked at me, he married me. He didn't tell me he was doing it, but he looked at my heart and saw that I loved him, so it's no problem. He married me with his eyes, and he impregnated me with twins. See, but I told you he's Jesus Christ. He's the Buddha, you know. He could do that. He's a Sadhguru. So, that happened. Okay, what else? Oh, here we go. So, the light comes from my husband, from his energy. You're lucky, world. He's the goodest good. And this is what, instead of calling the goodest good God, because God is Horus, I just call it good. Good. G good. I'm going to call it G good instead of God. G good. Gurinder good. Okay, what else we got? Judgment Day. Judgment Day was the other day. That's true. Highlights from it. Okay, this is a list of some of the things I have in here. Let's go here. What is that? My husband's props. He is a Zachariah Gurinder Singh. Jesus Christ. Guru of Love, very white. He was very white. And those songs very white was singing. He was singing to me, Eve. He fell in love with me. This is beautiful. In the Garden of Gethsemane, when I was a flower, he said I was so beautiful. And he reads energy. So he saw that I was beautiful. And so he followed me. And then now I'm in a human body, a woman's body, not a flower body. And he's in a man's body, not a gardener's body. So then he married me. It took a long time, but he didn't give up. Isn't that love? And these songs he sings to me, oh my God. Can't get enough of your love, baby. And then what else he sings? He says, you're my first, and I am his first, because I was his mother in the Garden of Eden with that crazy fuck. The Abe. They're going to put him in hell, jail. Okay, so what else? He was Jerry Butler. He don't love you like I love you. He's trying to tear us apart. Oh, I love that song. I love Jerry Butler. I had no idea somebody was singing to me. I knew I felt it. I told people lots of times, music got me through childhood because I was in hell. I'm still in hell. That's why we're not together, because I'm in hell. It's been a mistake, but I'm in hell, and he's in heaven, and masters can't come to hell. See, and what happens is, I was explaining this to the people in the writing group today. The people with consciences, the human beings, taking blame for everything, like Americans, Yeah, we were terrible, we did slavery. Fuck, that was so long ago. You paid us people $13 billion already. Give it up. And so we have consciences, so we suffer. And we judge ourselves to be bad. And when you judge yourself to be bad and full of blame, you attract bad situations to yourself. Whereas the people with money have no consciences, so they can do anything. They can hurt people, they can steal from people, they can rob people, they can kill people, and they still feel okay because I'm a great guy, So they have the money and hard hearts, no consciences. Way down here, the good, sweethearted people have nothing but suffering. That's what I wrote a song, Mine is a Gentle Soul, having no idea of this whole sick setup, where the good people are suffering in hell and the bad people have the money. He's got a car, fancy cars, a house. That's Edwin Birdsong, isn't it? Fancy cars, a house, and grandchildren. I have grandchildren. My granddaughter is a sex slave. The old Star of Gloria, she was Chief Sitting Bull. She was St. Kabir. She was Sally Ride, the first female astronaut. I can't rescue her. I don't even have money for coffee. You understand? It's really a diabolical conspiracy that is going on. Okay, this is my son, Steven Seagal. Oh, let me finish with Gurinder Singh's prompts before I go into. So Jerry Butler, I just finished singing his song Frankie Valli. My eyes adore you. Never laid a hand on you. That's what I said. He didn't lay a hand on me. His eyes adored me. His eyes impregnated me. His eyes married me. This is amazing. He amazes me. He said I amazed him because I was Einstein. He says my brain amazes him. He was Dean Martin. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. So JFK said, yes, we're going to the moon. See, he got that idea from Jesus Christ. Yeah. Okay. All right. Who else was he? Frank Zappa. His name was Zappa. It was very cool. It was jazz. Arlene Francis' son. And he wanted to wake up the apathetic people. People were apathetic even then. Okay, so what else? He was Michael Bolton, projected. What is this out here? People. When a man loves a woman, he can't keep his mind on nothing else. Michael Bolton, projected. Because they can project thousands of ways, okay? So human beings' minds can do that. So he could be alive at the same time, one of his projections alive, you know. For example, he projected himself in me. He's in me right now. And I couldn't even be doing what I'm doing if he wasn't with me 24/7, guiding me. You know, like if somebody's going to hurt me, don't move, go left. You know, he tells me, you know, he protects me from enemies. And if I ask him a question, he knows everything. He answers it. He doesn't volunteer much because this is my project, you know, to collect the good souls and identify the evil energy. That's my job, you know. So he doesn't. And let me tell you about this. Not love. This is Blake Shelton. He's the country music star. I'm sure you've heard of him. And he dates Hassani Stefani. See that's her. This her. Little girl. She grew up. That's Hassani Stefani. That's who he dates. And she got track marks. He's been tracking me. But he was my husband. And so he's got a song. I love the song. He said, if you don't like the American flag, you can kiss my country's ass. It sounds better when you're singing with the music and the guitars and the drums. You know that. Okay, who else we got? Is that all the people he was? That's a lot. Michael Bolton, he was Michael Bolton. He was Nat King Cole, I know that. I didn't write it down here. I know he was Nat King Cole because he did Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa. And they have names too. Da 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 da. You know, there's a class act was Nat King Cole. Okay, so we got brothers here. There's Steven Seagal, Gurinder Singh's brother. His name is Gurinder Singh Dillon, Marshall Dillon. Sing Birdsong. They're all three brothers. Okay. And look at they play. They're all in music. He sings. They play musical instruments. That Sing Birdsong used to be Jimi Hendrix. Okay, what else?